Hey everybody, it's Diane. It's Thursday at 2 o'clock and I thought I would just jump on. Really, I decided I was just going to pop on really quickly because I realised that I am hopefully going to be delivering my new piece to my client tomorrow, and so I wanted to make sure that I at least kind of explained a little bit. And I love it, and I'm going to be really sad when it goes. It is a piece, let me see, I'm so far away from you because I wanted you to get all the image, so if I'm like leaning and squinting, excuse me, but you know, old age, what can I say? So I wanted to explain a little bit about this piece because I love how it turned out. It really was a little bit of a challenge, I will not lie. It's a commission piece, so my client Penny, who has been on my page, which I haven't mentioned, the Paint Factory. I'm Diane. I am world's worst organised business lady, but Penny has been on my page I think for a long time, and we always talked about me doing a custom piece for her. I typically don't do a lot of custom pieces, and it's for a few reasons really. One of the reasons is I don't like being told what to do. I just like to do me, and so Penny, bless her, she showed me the piece of furniture that she had bought. She told me, and I don't mean that in an aggressive way, but she had done so much homework. She had a Pinterest board of all different images that she thought were appealing, and so we had to kind of like go through all the images and find out which one would suit this piece the best. And when you're choosing an image, you have to think of whether it's landscape or, you know, horizontal versus vertical, because you're going to have to enlarge it, and there's a chance that you are going to cut, you know, some of the image off. So with this piece, Penny wanted to make sure that the entire front was covered with the image, which actually is a really good idea. The reason being is that there's no natural end, beginning or end to it, because you know you've got two side cupboards, you've got two doors here, two drawers, and then this big one. So, oh my god, excuse me, I just got a whiff of myself. So to make this image this big, it took 16 tiles, and that means 16 11 by 17 pieces of paper. So what you typically do with image transfer is it has to be laser printed. Someone just messaged me this morning about doing it, and so your standard copier, like if I go to Office Depot or whomever, and when I do go to Office Depot, they kind of have a sense of dread because they know I'm going to be asking lots of things for them to do. So a standard copier can only copy 11 by 17. So if you have a poster that's 20 by 30, you can't get that copied, or at least you're only going to get, you know, X amount of image. So you need something less than 11 by 17 to begin to photocopy. I think this one was 10 by 8, something like that. And so then you have it you photocopy it or scan it, and then you have to enlarge it, and then each tile is 17 by 11. And then you piece them all together so they're like this big, and they're mirror image, and then you have to attach it to the front of a piece. Sounds easy, and really, I mean, technically it is. I mean, it's just like a kid's tattoo, you know, you put it down, face down, and then you rub away the pulp, the remaining paper. It's a much nicer, cleaner finish than decoupage, which basically is just adhering, you know, a poster. But then you have the thickness of the paper, so that's what I don't like. I like just the image. So it took me a long time to do this, and it was a challenge because there were so many seams, like an ungodly amount of seams, and so I ended up having to do a lot of hand painting. And you would think, because Van Gogh is like so manic with his strokes, it would be easy to paint over that. Not so much, I found out. And there's times, you know, when you start a piece and you think, God, I'm good, and then halfway through you think, oh, I've forgotten what to do, I don't know if I can paint. I had moments of that when I was doing this. But anyway, so Penny had the Pinterest board. We finally decided that this would be really nice. It's a beautiful, vivid, really warm image. Lots of greens, blues, ton of yellow. So once we had the image, then we could decide what colour we wanted the frame. I think that's probably how I like to think of my pieces, that the piece of furniture is a frame for the image. So this is, so let's talk about the colours. That would be a natural thing. So you all know I'm using Wiseowl right now. It's actually a really nice paint. So the first colour, which is my favourite colour, which if you look on the Wiseowl website and look on their colour chart, Charleston Green looks nothing like Charleston Green. I kind of almost looked over it. I would never have ordered it, but they sent it to me, I don't know, a few months ago, and my God, I love you, Charleston Green. But look, this is it. It's kind of like a, see if the light can get it. It's like a peacock bluey green. And let me tell you, if I didn't have the colour granite countertops that I do, that would be my kitchen. So I use this one for the shading. And I always blend my colours. I never use just one colour straight from the can. I always mix them. And so I can see you guys like leaving comments, but you're so far away, I have no idea what you're saying. But keep talking. This one is Relic. This one was Penny's favourite. It's a lovely, it's kind of like a sagey, bluey colour. It's lovely, and my God, I tell you, I think Van Gogh must have used this colour. So that's Relic. So that was kind of like the main colour. Then I used Tourmaline. Look at that. Ah, spring. So I don't know whether I would have picked that colour out to paint a piece of furniture had I just seen it on the colour chart. But it's a beautiful soft green, it's gorgeous. And again, it just stinking goes with this image. And for my highlights, and I don't know whether you can see them, but this is kind of like a yellow. I've got lots of yellow everywhere. This one is called Beeswax, which is a lovely creamy yellow. And what I found is that there are not that many nice yellows on the market. I don't know why. But this is a really lovely one, and I'm going to be using this one on my post-depression dresser. And because I wanted to do the inside with the salve, oh my gosh, I used lemon verbena, which is the furniture salve. Oh my gosh, and I used it because it's lemon, because it's called lemon, and I've got yellow. That's how my mind works. I mean, you would never think of using lavender when it's yellow, so, but oh, it's so very, very refreshing. So that's what else. And oh my gosh, what am I like? I use the hemp oil, which is in a nice long container, and I didn't bring it out because, you know, what are you gonna do? So this is the Asylum at Ali's. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but Van Gogh was there for I think a year. His brother decided that after the ear incident, he couldn't look after himself and he needed full-time care. And I've just been reading about him and the time in the asylum. He actually tried to poison himself a few times, ingesting his paint and turpentine. Poor man. And so a year in an asylum would just be so traumatic, and apparently that's when he started painting these beautiful, vivid, warm, wonderful images. And so I love that. It's just a gorgeous painting, and it's the first Van Gogh that I've ever used, and thank you, Penny, for introducing me to him. Well, not to him, because I know who he is, but you know what I mean. And so this is it. This is my commission. It took me, how long did it take me? Probably took me 2 weeks, but not a full 2 weeks, because, you know, I sleep and I eat. But it took me a while to it took me forever to do the image, my God. And the painting was actually really, really easy, because again, you know, you find your image and you pull out the colours that you think will work the best. We had talked about doing the full body a yellow, and that would have been too much. I think the blue greeny kind of tones it down, and I think it's like a true statement piece. I really do. And it was like such a simple little dresser, what is it, dresser buffet, that didn't do anything. You know, they've got these beautiful sexy legs up here. So I probably used about 10 different, I think more than 10 different products to get where I am. I used, again, this is not going anywhere. I used, I'm losing my voice. I used the matte sealer, again from Wise Owl, because I don't like shiny, I don't like bling bling. And I love it. And I'm gonna be giving it to Penny tomorrow, and hopefully she'll send me some pictures in the new space, and we will go from there. So I'm gonna lean in and read. Such a special read. Thank you, thank you. And it really, I mean, this was Penny's vision. She really, you know, knew what she wanted. And so after we picked the image and we knew what colours, she basically said, you do you. And I need that, because I don't have a contract that says do a distress finish, because what does distress mean? My distressed is going to be completely different to the next painter's distressed. I don't do that. So when I take on a commission piece, it's got to be, you have to know what I'm capable of and what I'm not capable of, and you have to go through all my pieces. And on my front page of my website, which is, let me plug it, www.thepaintfactorypdx.com. The first page is a partial portfolio of all my pieces, so you can look through there and see what I can do and what I can't do. And then once you give me a piece, you really have to let me just do what I do, because that's how I roll. So where else is there? Oh, one last thing. Again, because I use these products, I still have the discount, the 15% discount code, which if you go to wiseowlpaint.com, the code is the Paint Factory, and that is good until the end of the month. I think I've had it for about 2 months now, and I've been told that until the end of March we can still use the 15%. So if you want to try them and you want to try Klingon brushes, then use the code, save yourself some money. And I think that's about it. I'm sorry I wasn't on Facebook live last week. I promised I would do it every week, and don't listen to me, you know, honestly. I was in Washington last week at a swim meet, so that put me out, and that's my excuse. So let me, I can't see a thing. It's I'll just pretend you're asking me all these questions and I'm answering them, and we'll just fake it as we go on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this onto my page. I will go through on my laptop and read all your comments, and then I will answer them if you've got any questions. If you have anything you want to talk about, then just either message me or write it on the comments. And I swear I have my coffee. Actually, it's tea. It's Tetley's tea. I will sit down and I will respond. And if you would love to share video, please do, because you know it helps. So again, Thursday at 2 o'clock, I literally pull days and times just out of thin air, thinking that you're going to be around, and some of you are, so thank you. And I will talk to you next week, and hopefully next week I have a new piece. I'm going to be doing the beeswax, and there's another darker yellow called goldenrod, I think that's what it is. Anyway, I will work on it and I will keep you updated. So thank you all for indulging me and letting me talk about my piece, and I thank you all. Bye.